game number 12 of World Chess Championship match, and it gets even more exciting. Dean plays with white pieces. Let me walk you through the game real quickly. Although you probably watched Ricardo's recap, Gotham's recap, still, guys, let's watch the game again. It's repetition is always the best thing to learn, right? You will see this game, multiple times. You'll become a grandmaster by the end of 2024. So let's do it. Bishop g2, knight f6, knight f3. Alright, I lied a little bit, you won't become a gem, but still watch the game. e3, bishop e7, d3, takes. So we got a very exciting position right away from the opening. Dean decided not to play d4 or e4, instead chose English opening with this kind of, weird pawn structure, but it's not as bad. So a3. Now the idea is, of course, to play b4, so Gukesh blitzes out a5 move, and look at the time. Unfortunately, I'm not sure what's going on with Dean's prep, but he constantly getting lower and lower in time. And specifically in this game, like, you're playing with white pieces, you gotta know your prep. Alright, I don't know my prep, I'm trying to play different lines and sometimes I forget, but still, it's the world champion. He's 27, 28. I mean, the guy is like the legend of chess, I'm a noob master, Bishop e6, king h2, rook b8, queen c2. So rook b8 is the idea basically to prevent this pawn from capturing the future by this bishop on g2, as it's very active. So the idea is probably to play knight d4 and just to avoid, all these captures later in the game. Queen c2, knight b5. And, I kinda tuned in around this moment, and after knight d7 specifically. And here, I can turn the engine on, but basically I was analyzing the line, which later happened in the game, given by computer, which you should probably calculate, but it's like, even on this level, it's hard to come up with it, like queen d2, and what computer was saying, knight c5, d4, knight d3, and the idea, I think, is to play d5, this, and the idea is basically, you play queen d2 to attack a5 pawn. And now this knight gotta go somewhere. Also, this pawn is kind of under attack. The best move is, of course, this. Takes. Now bishop is under attack, bishop goes back, queen a5. Even though white are down in exchange, they have a few pawns for this and have a huge material compensation. We didn't see it, as bishop g6 was playing the board, and now Dean strikes in the center. Look, Dean has very beautiful center, and all the pieces are in the center, while black are kind of passive. Rook is on b8. Now this knight in some lines, might be under attack, and also d5 is a threat. So e4 is played, knight g1. Even though knight g1 looks like a weird move, it's still the best move, and white are still better. Knight b6, now this pawn is attacked, and that was like, computer was saying different suggestions. I really like queen c1 just to avoid, because after queen c3, bishop f6, like knight a4 jumps you have to calculate it, while after queen c1 there are no more jumps like that. You kind of want to play, d5, but Dean's idea is understandable. Queen c3, and the idea is at some point to push d5 and take the pawn on a5. Now bishop f6, of course, and now this queen goes back, and after a4, knight d2, bishop g5 is a huge mistake, because now knight f4 comes to tempo, attacking the bishop on g6, and basically trying to take on e4, bishop f4, and here with my chat we were calculating e3, people were saying, alright, looks scary, but at the same time e3 doesn't really work out. The idea is, of course, to attack the queen from g6, but apparently there is nothing working out for black pieces, as white are just capturing the pawn on f2. Yeah, you can protect it, but it won't last for too long, as after d5, absolutely insane compensation for white pieces, position is completely lost for black. Dean would have won it. So rook c8 was played, just to protect c7 pawn. So now Dean plays queen c5. Now d5 threat is very annoying, because let's say d5, knight e7, there are even moves like bishop c7 and then potential d6. So knight b8. And here commentators were saying, alright, Dean might go knight a7 to capture the rook, or he might choose to do something else because he knows his position is completely winning and it doesn't really matter what to play here. And he chooses to play d5, and after queen d7 he plays d6. So Dean's position was so good that he didn't even care what to play in this position. He could have captured an exchange and just enjoy, kind of risk-free position where he would probably easily convert, but he decided to continue playing on without capturing the rook. So c5, knight c7, Rook f8, bishop e4, takes, goes back, rook d8, knight d5, knight d5, takes, and now captures on c5. Position is absolutely lost. Dean Liren is about to equalize the match after 12 games, and he did the same thing in the match between him and Nepo a year earlier in game 12 when he was losing 5-6 as well. He took a win, he did it, and he went on winning that match. So I'm not sure how the momentum will change in this match, but you never know. I mean, now again, after yesterday, probably a lot of Indian fans and in general people thought that Gukesh is probably going to clutch the title. And look, I was saying the same, that now it's hard. Now it's hard for Dean to strike back, but he shows once again, he surprises once again. He plays insane chess when he needs it. So rook c8 was played, queen d4, knight a6, rook e7, queen b5, d7. After rook c4, Dean could have ended the game by playing queen c4, and rook e8. The idea is you're just promoting, basically trying to capture and then promote to a queen. The position is obviously completely lost, but he decided to go safe way, rook c2, bishop d6, and now the idea is of course to go rook e8. So f6 was played, and here Dean Liren sacrifices the rook, and the game is over. It's basically king h8, bishop f8, you understand it's losing, right? After king g7, bishop f8, finally the rook is removed from 8th rank, and it will result in queen promotion. 6 score, so after rook g7, Gukesh resigned, and 6-6 score. After 6 games in this match, it's getting even more and more exciting with every second of this match. I mean, I'm not sure if we're going to see tiebreaks or not, because look, Dean now might be the favorite, but again, Gukesh has white pieces. And as we saw, Gukesh might hit, but you never know what might happen. He might be, overreacting or something, and tomorrow just like push and then lose, and then it's just absolute disaster. But, that's the excitement we want to get from these matches, so, and we get it. So stay tuned. Game number 13 is on Wednesday. Go to check out my Twitch stream, we'll be live during the game, so stay tuned. Have fun. Let me know in the comments your thoughts about this game, because it was wild, and your thoughts about general match, like overall. I'll see you on Wednesday in another recap. Bye bye.